Today's class is an Ayurvedic dosha balancing yin-yang class. We'll be beginning this class on the ground with the yin portion, and we'll be doing one yin pose each to balance each dosha, vata, pitta, and kapha. Then we'll move into the yang portion of the class, where we'll be shifting our focus so that each pose or sequence will be approached for the appropriate way for each dosha. If you're not sure of your dosha, Google Chopra dosha quiz and then find out what your dosha is and come back once you know your dosha and join us for this class. We'll begin lying down on our backs for some centering. You can lie on your back with your knees bent and your feet flat on the floor. If you have a bolster, you can place it underneath your knees, or you can just let your knees drop towards each other. Take a deep breath in through your nose and let it fall out of your mouth. Vata doshas in particular can feel the support of the earth underneath them. Feel the grounding qualities of the earth and allow your anxious minds to settle. Pitta doshas can let go of the driven and competitive nature of their days, and then can take this time to calm down and to cool their agitation. And for kapha doshas, we will be focusing on breathing into your upper chest, opening up your chest, and bringing energy into your body. Okay, so take a deep breath You can roll to your side, and we're going to come into our first yin posture, which is for vata dosha. It's very calming and grounding. So you're going to open your knees wide so you can feel sensation on the insides of your thighs and fold forward into child's pose. If you have a bolster, you can use a bolster in between your legs. And if this bothers your knees and your ankles, you can lie on your back and do knees to chest pose instead. So when we come into child's pose here, we're going to remember the 3 principles of yin yoga. So when we come into a yin pose, we remember that we're going to be here for a while in order to access the deeper connective tissues of the body and the meridians of the body. So we are going to soften and we're going to be still. Vata doshas are made up of air and ether, and those that lean towards vata are extremely sensitive to the world around them. That restlessness can easily tip towards anxiety. So focusing on yoga poses that are grounding and breathing into the belly can be incredibly stabilizing for vata dosha. So as you rest in child's pose here, feel the support of the earth here and breathe into your lower belly and low back. Okay, so very slowly and carefully, you're going to make your way out of this vata balancing child's pose, very grounding and stabilizing for vata dosha. We're just going to lie down on our back so you can feel the flow of chi through your body. Also, this would be very stabilizing for vata dosha as well. Before we move on to our kapha pose, and then you're going to roll over onto your stomach. So our second pose is going to either be Sphinx pose or seal pose, or you could do a combination of both depending on how it feels in your body. And we're doing 5-minute holds today. So you're going to tuck your toes under, lift your knee, reach back through your heel on both sides. So you've got a nice long low back. And you're going to place your hands underneath your shoulders and lift up for seal pose. Or you could come down on your elbows for Sphinx pose, whatever works best for you and your body today. Or you could start in seal and come down to Sphinx when it feels appropriate for you. So kapha dosha is made up of water and earth. And people who have a lot of kapha dosha can tend to accumulate mucus in their upper respiratory tract. So chest opening poses are extremely beneficial for kapha dosha. And also, kapha dosha people tend to be very steady and loyal, and it's hard to get them going. Like, they like to hang out on the couch. So these back bends are invigorating and energizing for them as well. I know my kapha doshas well. I love them. I'm married to a kapha dosha. See, I want to do a whole video on, oh my God, there's a bunny right at the edge of the garden there. Oh, Tim, you have to get B-roll of that. Okay, anyway, it would be interesting to do a video on best partner for your dosha, or best friends for your dosha. Okay, so you're going to go ahead and lower down and just give our back a chance to rest. Okay, for our pitta dosha yin pose, you're going to need to fold up your blanket so that you have some elevation for a forward fold for your hips. And then you can sit on your folded blanket, take your legs wide. We're going to do dragonfly pose. And you're going to fold forward. If you have a bolster, you can use it to support your head. And then you're just going to find that edge where you feel sensation along the backs of your legs and on the inside of your thighs. Now, if you are pitta doshas are incredibly competitive and driven. So you're going to back off and you're going to do less. So pitta dosha have a lot of fire in them and they're incredibly driven and competitive. So cooling, calming forward folds are balancing for pitta dosha. So pitta doshas need to remember that less is more, especially in the yin portion of the class. So I remember when I first started doing yin yoga, but the yin teacher would come around to me and she would like shake my legs to help me to soften up, and because I would come into the poses and really go for it. But in yin yoga, you want to soften into the poses and do less, not more. So try to aim for 70% effort in a yin pose, okay? Especially if you're pitta. If you're kaphas, you can kind of go for it, okay? But if you're pitta, you're going to just soften into it. Okay, so slowly come up. We'll just take a rest down on our backs to feel the flow of chi in our bodies. You can put this blanket off to the side now. Okay, now that we've done our 3 yin postures, one for vata, one for kapha, and one for pitta, we're going to move on to the yang portion of the class. And with each sequence or pose, we're going to focus on how to do it for each dosha. So we're going to start with cat pose. If you have wrist issues or knee issues, you could always do this sitting in a chair. Or you can come onto fists or down onto your forearms. You could put an extra padding underneath your knees as well. So for vata doshas, you're going to focus on moving from your hara, your low belly, and feel the support of the earth underneath you. And also for vata doshas, so you're going to exhale round and inhale arch. Don't be afraid to take a break in child's pose. You never want to go to exhaustion. It's easy for vata doshas to exhaust themselves. Pitta dosha, let go of effort. Again, your mantra should be to practice at 70% effort. Less is more, and let go of judgment and criticism. Kapha dosha, you're going to really focus on opening up your chest and lifting your gaze. Okay, so vata dosha and pitta dosha are going to stay here with this variation. If you're a kapha dosha, we are going to encourage you to go a little bit more. You're going to get a little bit more into this. So okay. Okay, I thought maybe you wanted to change angles or something. Okay, so you're going to curl your toes under, and you're going to come into a quadruped plank, and we're going to hold here, breathing in. Exhale, drawing up through your navel. Inhale, breathe into your side ribs and your back. Exhale. Lower down, exhale round, inhale arch, exhale round. We're going to add a variation for vata doshas. Vata doshas tend to be really dry, so they're dry in their joints. So this circling around your joints for vata doshas is going to lubricate their joints. So if you're vata dosha, you might find like you crack a lot in your joints. You're going to go circle one way and circle the other. And then kapha dosha, we've got another variation for you. You're going to curl your toes under, and you're going to lift your knees and keep your buttocks low, and you're going to turn your knees to one side and then the other. This is good for pitta dosha too. Anything that moves excess heat from the center is good for pitta dosha. But this one can get a little bit heating for pitta dosha. The pittas are probably already doing this one anyway. Okay, and we'll do rounding and arching again. I think I've got one more variation for you. And then we're going to do a tiger pose. So you're going to reach your left leg back. Inhale, reach out. This is good for kapha dosha. Inhale, reach back, reach your chest up, and then exhale, reach your knee forward. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, knee forward. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, knee forward. So vata doshas, I hope you've taken a break by now. Right leg back now. Inhale up. Exhale forward. Inhale up. Kapha doshas, keep lifting and opening your chest. Okay, and then let's sit back in child's pose. Take a little break for those vata doshas. Okay, so we're going to inhale, come back up, and you're going to tuck your toes under. Exhale, come into downward facing dog. And then you're going to look forward between your hands, and you're going to walk your feet in and come all the way up to standing. Okay, from standing, we're going to do a standing sequence. So, vatas, you're going to move slowly and carefully as though you're moving through warm water. Pittas, you're going to remember less is more, 70% effort. And kaphas, you're going to move with vigor and intensity. Okay? So each person has to remember to move in the way that's good for them. Vigor and intensity for kaphas, and expansion, openness in your chest. Okay? So let's start in Tadasana. And you're going to stand on your left foot, and you're going to tip forward so your right foot comes back. Warrior 3. And then lower your arms down and open them out to the sides. So that can be nice for opening in the chest for kaphas. Lower them back down. Come back up to standing Tadasana. And then you're going to take a step back with your right foot. There's warrior 1. Inhale, lift and open up. There's a nice chest expansion for those kaphas. And then you're going to turn your hips to the long edge of your mat. Bring your right arm back and your left arm forward. There's warrior 2. Take your right arm back and your left arm up. Reverse warrior. Come back to the center, turn both toes out. Sink down into Goddess Victory Squat. Inhale, you're going to come up, right knee turns out, left leg goes straight. We're going to do reverse warrior on the other side. And then we'll come into warrior 2. Turn and face front, warrior 1. And then you're going to step your foot up, Tadasana. You're going to tip forward, your right leg comes back this time for that warrior 3. Bring your arms down and open them out to the side. Down and back to the side. Come back up to standing. And then this time we'll take a step back with your right foot. Warrior one. And your right arm comes back. Your left arm comes forward, warrior two. Reverse warrior, left arm comes back, right arm comes down, left arm comes back. Both toes go out. You're going into that goddess victory squat. Left toes come in, right toes go out, left arm goes down, right arm goes up. Both arms come parallel to the ground, warrior two. Turn and face the front edge of your mat, warrior one. Step up. And then we'll do that tipping forward again. This time your left leg will come back. Arms come down. Arms come up. Arms come down. Arms come to the side. And arms come back up. Let's do one more round of that all the way in a circle. Okay, so this time we'll start with our right leg behind us. Okay. Try not to let the wind or the crows throw you off your balance. I'm calling start again. Arms come down and arms come out to the side. And come back up to standing. And then I'm going to take a step back with my right foot for warrior one. Turn into warrior two. Reverse warrior. Goddess victory squat. Turn your left toes and your right toes back. We're going to do reverse warrior on the other side. Warrior two. Warrior one. Step forward to Tadasana. Right leg behind for the warrior three. Arms down. Arms out to the side. Arms down. Come back up to standing. Okay, so this time we'll do, I'm not sure how I did this last time, but this time I'm going to do left leg back and then I'll actually face you coming back, so that would be better anyway. Okay, so left leg back. Arms down. Arms out to the side. Arms down. Come up to standing. So left leg back. And we're going to come into warrior one. And then we'll turn our hips to the long edge of the mat, warrior two. Then turn, then go into reverse warrior. And all the way into goddess victory squat. And then you're going to turn into reverse warrior on the other side. Warrior two. Turn your hips to the short edge, warrior one. And then you're going to step forward. We'll take the right leg back on this side. Arms down. Arms out to the side. Arms down. Arms to your side. And come up to standing. Okay. Good. Okay. So for our inversion today, I wanted to do legs up the wall. So maybe we can use this tree here. Okay, so for legs up the wall, you're going to get your hips right up against the wall. This is really good for vata dosha and pitta dosha. Vatas are going to need a break after that whole sequence, so that's why we're doing it this one, and the kaphas won't mind. So you're going to swing your legs around up the wall, and we're going to hang out here for a bit. Oh, and I remember why I decided this was good for kapha dosha, because this will get the circulation going for kapha dosha. Okay, to come out of legs at the wall, you'll just bend your knees and roll to your side, and then we'll move our mats back to their place in the room. Okay, so we're going to do a recline twist now. The vatas and pittas are going to do it one way, and I have a special treat for the kaphas. So you're going to lie on your back with your knees bent and your feet flat on the floor, and you're going to press into your feet. You're going to lift your hips, take them over to the left side of your mat, and lower your knees over to the right side of your mat. Okay, if your shoulder's way off the ground, tuck a folded blanket or a bolster underneath your knees, and that should drop your left shoulder back onto the ground. Okay, vatas and pittas, stay here and let your spine release and rest in the twist. Kaphas, come back to the center. You're going to come here, you're going to draw your navel down into your chest, you're going to breathe in. You're going to exhale, you're going to slowly lower your knees over to one side. Then you're going to inhale in the center. You're going to exhale, you're going to bring your knees back to the center. Inhale, center. Exhale, slowly lower your knees over to the other side. Inhale, center. Exhale, bring your knees back to the center. That's one. Exhale, you're going to slowly lower. Inhale. Exhale, back center. Inhale. Exhale, slowly lower to the left. Inhale. Exhale, bring them back center. We're going to do one more each side. Inhale. Exhale, slowly lower. Inhale. Exhale, bring them center. Inhale. Exhale, slowly lower to the left. Inhale. Exhale and bring them back center. Okay, now vatas and pittas are going to bring your legs back to the center, press into your hips, and untuck your hips. Okay, so everybody's in the center again, and now you're going to press your feet into the floor again, and we're going to take vatas and pittas over to the other side. Lift your hips, take them over to the right side of your mat, and lower them down. So if you are vatas and pittas, you're going to stay here. If your right shoulder lifted way up off the ground, you can tuck a folded blanket underneath your legs here. Okay, kaphas, we're going to come back to the center, starting with your knees bent and the feet flat on the floor. We'll start with your legs up here. Draw your navel back to the spine. Inhale here, exhale, slowly lower your right heel down to the ground. Inhale, pick it up. And then exhale, slowly lower your left heel down to the ground. Inhale, pick it up. If you could need more, you can straighten your legs out more. One more each side. Good job, kaphas. Okay, good. Pittas and vatas, you're going to bring your legs back to the center, press into your hips and untuck them. Now we are going to do shavasana. We're going to do it 3 different ways depending on your dosha. Vatas, you are going to lie on your bellies so you can get maximum grounding. So vatas, doing shavasana on your bellies. Pittas, you are going to lie on your backs and you're going to take your bolster and place it underneath your knees. Okay. Kaphas, you're going to take your bolster or 2 blocks and you're going to make sure you're opening up your chest during shavasana. So you'll place your bolster underneath your chest or blocks like this, like I have. And you'll take your shavasana in whatever position is best for your dosha. I have a quote for you from Sebastian Pohl in his book, Discovering the True You with Ayurveda. Because we cannot scrub our inner body, we need to learn a few skills to help cleanse our tissues, organs, and mind. This is the art of Ayurveda. So gradually allow your breath to deepen. Wiggle your fingers and toes and bend your knees. Roll to your side. And slowly make your way up to seated. We'll finish up our class today by gathering the fruits of our practice first into ourselves and then offering them out into the world with our mantra. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all beings be happy and free, and may the thoughts, words, and actions of my own life contribute in some way to the happiness and freedom for all. So thank you so much for joining me for today's Ayurvedic class to balance your doshas. If you liked today's class, thank you so much for pressing that like button and sharing it with your friends. I had so much fun doing this class and sharing it with you today. Be sure to put I had fun balancing my doshas in the comments if you enjoyed this class. And thank you so much to our members. I know you're super excited. In September, we're going to be doing a 30-day Ayurvedic morning routine challenge, and they're already telling me how excited they are about that. And if you'd like to go deeper with this and learn more about Ayurveda and incorporate it into your everyday daily routine, we'd love to have you join us for that. It's going to be super fun. We've got morning routine things that you can add to your day that are simple, easy to implement, and you can do it with a super fun community. I think we're going to have a lot of fun in September with that. I know we already are getting started with that. Thank you so much for your donations. Donna, Sean, Anne-Marie, Leah, Paige, Carla, Donna, and Cornelia. Thanks to Squeeze for my clothes today. I'm wearing a long sleeve bamboo flying heart hoodie. And if you've fallen off the mat after summer break and you need help getting back on, I have a gift for you today. You can go to melissawest.com and go to melissawest.com/back-to-yoga, and I'll send you it's 8 days of how to get back to yoga, and I'll send that right to your inbox. I know sometimes after summer vacation it can be a little hard to get back into that routine, so that's a great gift for you. melissawest.com/back-to-yoga. I'll send that to you. Okay, thanks so much for being with us. I'm sending you much love from beautiful British Columbia. May your joy be as deep as our ocean. May you be as rooted as the old growth trees in our forest. May you be as strong as our mountains. Om Shanti. Namaste.